Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Emily Haller at Payments UK's Cybersecurity and Fraud Seminar, and I'm joined by Craig Rice of Payments UK. Thanks very much for joining me, Craig. Technology has long been central to financial services, and although it brings competition, it does also bring risk. How can banks deal with the threat of cybersecurity?
So technological risk and cyber risk are two different things. Cyber risk is what the adversary does to us by operating against our networks. Technological risk are the risks we take ourselves as we seek to innovate. So arguably, cyber risk should never all be green across the board. There should always be an element of tension there because we seek to innovate all the time. That said, there are things that we could do to improve our approach to cyber risk and things that we are doing to approach our approach to cyber risk. And what we're seeing is a change from a target-centric, technology-led approach to a threat-centric, intelligence-led approach across the banking and payment system and indeed wider commerce and industry. And we're seeing reflections of that in government with the CERT UK setting up the CISP, the Cyber Information Sharing Portal, as well as the banks setting up federated capabilities such as the Cyber Defence Alliance, working closely with the National Crime Agency.
Data is central to threat intelligence, but it needs direction to put it into context to manage cyber fraud. However, banks are poor at capturing and collating data, so how can this be overcome?
So direction is where the business owns what it wants to collect. What is it most important to the business? And the Bank of England has done a lot of work getting the banks to focus on the lead and evolve areas of cybersecurity and fraud. The banks themselves are still innovating across the ecosystem, and that you're seeing a number of big banks invest not only in training modules such as the National MBA in Cybersecurity Leadership, future predictive analytics, visualization techniques, to make sense of a very complex operational environment. So in that context, I think the banks are taking this very seriously and doing a lot to move the ecosystem as well as themselves forward for the good of all.
Are banks focused too much on defence and less proactive than they should be to tackle future cyber attacks?
So first and foremost, banks look after other people's assets, whether it's their clients' assets as individuals or as corporates, and they're very focused on that and they take that responsibility very seriously. So defence must be the #1 priority. The law enforcement and intelligence agencies have the executive powers to do the offensive operations or to disrupt the bad guys. What is needed is a closer working relationship between industry and commerce and the police and law enforcement agencies. Once we've embedded that within our culture, within our ecosystem, I think we'll see a much more effective approach to the sophisticated threats that we're seeing emerge from time to time across all of industry, not just banking and payments.
Craig, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.